Everybody, welcome back to Aery of the game of League of Legends. I'm the Strategy Professor. Doing a donation game here of Nami.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Give that shout out here. Got that.
30 seconds until minions
So thank you very much for Mike for the generous donation here.
Quit flopping around.
So yeah, Nami is pretty good right now.
Ride upon the
She's a very good, like, early game aggressive champion, especially since Sona got nerfed so many times. Nami has kind of taken over the crown of, like, healer who can be very aggressive early and has some pretty good CC and utility later in the game.
as the tides.
Lulu's the other one. Lulu has a better late game, but Nami does have good CC, and I would say Nami's better in lane at harassing. Hey, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, Nami's pretty legit. Janna is going to outscale us, so we need to make sure that we are really, like, hammering an advantage early. Hopefully the Xayah will get aggressive with us. One problem with someone like Nami who's so dependent on early game is, like, if your AD carry's not on board with that, then it's rough. And the runes that I'm taking, I have Aery, Manaflow Band, Celerity, Scorch, Second Wind, and Font of Life, and this is patch 8.4. So if they change any of those runes in the future, it might be different, but...
I need a strategic viewpoint.
Wukong could be coming down. It would be unusual for him to start blue. I do want to be a little aware of that, though. So yeah, if you're going to play someone like Nami, you need to be up like 20 CS or something in the laning phase, or force a kill. She doesn't have as much kill threat as someone like Zyra, but she can definitely get some kills if you land with bubble. So her damage is a bit lower. Now her shield is down for a little bit, so... Oh! Gotta love that unstoppable Tristana. You land the bubble, doesn't matter. She gets to finish her jump anyways. If she didn't jump that, I could have ignited and forced a kill. Okay, so we're gonna be up like... maybe 10 CS here, which is good. Sell one of those and get a control word. So we're up a lot in experience. We are up like 14 CS right now, so that's good. That's what needs to happen if you're going to play. Oh no, is she going Blazer and King? Why can't they just delete that item? Like, that's just such a bait for people. Like, you don't need that. Like, we have a heal in lane. We're completely crushing them. I think people dramatically overvalue lifesteal on 80 carries. Like, you're paying a very heavy price for that. You're doing a lot less damage. A lot. Especially on Xayah, who scales so heavily off of crit. really bad. Like on Xayah, you really need to be going Essence Reaver. She has such a high impact ult. And it's all of her abilities are pretty strong, especially her Blade Caller, where she pulls all the blades back. You really want that off the cooldown a lot. And her Blade Caller scales off crit, so the more crit you have, the more damage that ability actually does, so. And Triss didn't actually buy anything. Not even potions. Just straight up disrespectful.
My quest beckons.
She's just blowing through all of her mana randomly on the creeps.
These are strange.
This won't see if there are wards on the very back, but it will see the river, so. Of course, she gets engaged on. Right when I leave. Yeah, you had to use your flash because you didn't back up. It happens.
Sure as the tides.
So now Wukong, if he's paying attention, is almost certainly going to come down here. And I had to use flash to try to bail her out of it. Janna's almost out of mana. Yeah, there's Wukong. Vi's hanging out at his red. Why would Vi reveal herself? Like, she could have hooked around and gone for the golems and found him and killed him, probably. Alright, so we're up like 20 CS, but we have really, really bad itemization.
The ocean will sweep them away.
They're a little greedy on the buy. But I wanted to get more damage on the tower, so if they back again, we'd be able to kill them. And they shouldn't be able to push much further. So yeah, it's a little greedy on the buy, but now if they back again, if we force one more back, we get tower.
Ew, whale breath.
Alright, so we're up about 20 CS. Oh, even worse, she's going Bloodthirster? I guess at least that has a lot of AD.
Sure
Yeah, if you itemize poorly, though, that's really, really bad. I mean, then it doesn't even matter if you're up 20 CS if you're not getting the right items. Like, Infinity Edge first is acceptable, or Essence Reaver. Essence Reaver's better, but both are acceptable. Whatever she's doing is not acceptable. You know, sure, later on in your build. Well, that was rough.
Sure as the tides.
Oh, yeah, they're just camping bottom, so we should have backed up. I couldn't buy a Sightstone. I had to wait on, you know, finishing the reward or whatever. The quest reward, so I couldn't afford it for that. But I guess we should have just backed up. I mean, that's another problem, too, is, like, Sightstone is so delayed now. I mean, I'm hitting them all the time with stuff. Like, I'm getting this quest gold, and it still takes, you know, 3 to 5 minutes longer to get Sightstone, which means, you know, on champions like this that are very aggressive, that want to be played very aggressively in lane, it makes it very difficult because you just won't have the vision for it. So yeah, we should have just not played that aggressively, even though that's kind of what you have to do as Nami versus Triss Janna, because they're going to outscale us so hard later on. It's just sort of a structural tension when you're playing something like Nami. It's like, yeah, I want to push early, but at the same time, if they get on me, I'm gonna die.
There's always another way.
An ally has been slain.
We are all tied.
No, we're gonna die.
An ally has been
Oh god, it's even worse. She went for Vamp Scepter, and then now she's trying to complete Essence Reaver. So she like pretty much already could have had the item, and the lifesteal just doesn't even matter in this lane. We're so dominant to begin with. It's like either Wukong shows up and kills us or not. Like lifesteal's not going to save you.
People in their air.
Like maybe with Vamp Scepter if you are like
Your team has destroyed a turret.
super aggressive, like hyper aggressive, just always forcing like tough trades and stuff like that on them, then maybe that could be worth it. But if you're just gonna sit there and farm like she did, then you definitely don't want to do it. Like you need to get a major advantage because you're investing in 800 gold to a dead-end item. Like you need to get at least like 2 kills off of it, or like 40 CS advantage. Like those kinds of numbers to justify spending 800 on a Vamp Scepter lane. Or you're afraid you're going to go down 40 CS, and you think you have to get the lifesteal, and that's going to save you an extra 40 CS, which is unlikely. So the scenarios where you would want to get Vamp Scepter where it would actually make sense are just like extremely rare. But people don't even think about that. They're just like, oh, cool, I want some lifesteal. Like, it helps me up, you know, helps me out in lane. You know, that type of thing. And unfortunately, that's just, they're shooting themselves in the foot. Like, we should have been much further ahead. I've got to sell this and get a redemption here.
Against the current.
Or your Draven. Draven has a very special interaction with lifesteal, where like lifesteal is very good on Draven because his Q applies lifesteal and gives him a lot of extra damage early on. The Draven's a special case where you actually do want to get lifesteal first, because of how it interacts with his Q mechanic.
People in their air.
But for pretty much everybody else, you just can't do that. You can't afford it. And you don't need to most of the time. Like, it's a very, very heavy price. You pay a lot of gold for lifesteal.
My quest beckons.
Mostly because it builds into dead-end items for most AD carries.
My
See, we're basically even on CS, so it doesn't even matter that we were up 30, because Zaya squandered it. Oh, so they can see me? Like, I thought I just swept that. Okay, well, he's gonna clean him up, I guess. Yes, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about, where it's like, I like Nami, but if you don't really like use that advantage early, if your AD carry's just gonna int a couple of times, then now we're just really far behind Janna. Like, Janna or Lulu are just the champions where it's like, if it goes to late game, you just win. And that's usually the safer thing to do in solo queue. Although I really like Nami a lot. It's just, that's why she gets so much better at higher elo. Because people actually take advantage of stuff. Why is he moving so fast? What? Does he have Mobies? What? I don't... I would just rather be the person where it's like, you know, if it goes to 30 minutes, I'm the one who's gonna have a major advantage. Where it's on them, they have to do something about me. Now, Zyra is kind of an exception to that, and so is Lulu, where they can pressure hard early, but then they also scale and are pretty relevant later in the game, too. No, we don't want that. Hey, thanks for the sub, appreciate it. Now, Nami does have really good synergy with champions that like to chase down other champions, so like Vayne, because she allows you to stick to people with your E very well. It's like Vayne comes to mind, someone like Sivir would be pretty good. Hey, thanks for the sub, I appreciate it.
Has destroyed a turret.
Quit flopping around.
Yeah, they're chasing a lot of people around.
Welcome to the deep end. I will see my home again.
Nami's probably, or Janna's probably going to go through and sweep all that, so that's why I didn't put my control word in there. Let's put it right there, just so I have a little bit of vision of that river. Kind of a sneaky spot.
Always another way.
fiestaing going on, so I'll just go ahead and get Mobies.
Sure as the tides.
For real, he flashed my bubble. What a troll.
People and their ways.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, that wave was alright.
Feet are strange. Swap them around. Welcome to the deep. People and their ways. Ride upon the waves. Sure as the tides.
I mean, I don't know what we're doing. Vi's just like, we're just waiting on Vi. I mean, if Wukong just goes on me like that, there's nothing I can do. I'm dead. I have no way to peel him off. Yeah, I agree, Ismail, but, you know, it's gonna happen. People are gonna make a lot of, you know, mistakes. I mean, I make mistakes too. But yeah, you just gotta play around it. I mean, at least she's playing Xayah, not Ashe, so at least, in theory, she can do some damage. She does have some items. Sort of. Yeah, it'll upload. I don't think I'm gonna have to take it down. It might be a copyright thing, but I think if I demonetize it, the stream, you know, I'll lose like $2 or $3 or something, whatever it is. And you should be able to still watch it. Damn, I really needed to hit that. I didn't step in my own redemption. That's pretty bad. There's no point in redemptioning the Xayah. She was gonna die anyways, and frankly, she's not really that important right now. Yeah, Garen's pretty legit. Like, I don't mind Garen in, like, gold anymore. Platinum. He's just very simple. Like, you know what you're going to get with Garen. He'll just run in there, tear some stuff up, disrupt things, do some, like, okay damage, make the team burn a lot of resources to deal with him. I don't know what changed about him. Maybe people are just, like, learning how to play him. So I know there's that one Diamond Garen guy who's getting kind of popular. I don't remember his name, but he's just reliable. I mean, I'd rather take a Garen over a Riven, unless the Riven like really knows what's going on. Until like, you know, Diamond level Riven, I'd probably rather have a Garen. Just can't really mess that guy up that easily, at least not on a micro level. Garen here? Yeah, we can. The Glacier? Okay. I don't know if I have time for all 3 games. Well, it might only be 1 game, the way this is going. What? I don't even understand, like, where that term thought came from. Every time I see that, I think, like, thought bot. I mean, why not click on the shop? Is there like a hotkey or something for shop? I mean, I don't know. What does it save? Like an extra like 1/10 of a second? Usually, you can buy the items before you walk out of the store anyways. Okay, give me Oh, that hottie over there. Okay. I always think of, yeah, Thoughtbot from World of Warcraft. Okay, let me use the bathroom, grab a drink of water, and I'll be right back. Oh, and that's going to be it for the VOD. I forgot to record the VOD as well. I recorded it. I just forgot to stop recording it. So the stream will go on, but that's it for the VOD. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in.